보도 헤드라인을 하나씩 자세히 살펴볼까요? 제이슨?
The Seoul Metropolitan Government has allocated 500 million won to curb a bedbug proliferation problem across the densely populated capital following 17 reports related to the issue.
서울시는 17건의 빈대 관련 신고가 접수되자 많은 인구가 밀집한 서울 전역의 빈대 확산을 막기 위해 5억 원의 예산을 할당했습니다. This is a big problem, isn't it?
It's becoming one. I remember they were talking about this when Paris, I believe it was, leading up to the Olympics that are going to be there next year.
Yeah.
So it seems that Seoul is not immune to the problem going around, perhaps around a lot of different locations around the world.
Right. As of late, 17 reports have been filed related to bed bugs, or 빈대, as we say in Korean. I mean, if you spot them, of course, you want to make sure that you completely get rid of them as best as you can. This is a big problem that the government has now said it will do its best to get rid of as well.
Yeah, before you panic or freak out, I think for the most part, it's not necessarily as prevalent in residential homes, but it's probably more in places like hotels or...
Public transportation.
Yeah, exactly. Places where a lot of people are traveling, maybe from abroad, bringing it in as well, you know, travelers and things like that. So if you've just always been at your home and you've never had a guest, I would doubt that you would probably have an issue.
Indeed. Some reports quoted people saying, you know, I take the bus or the subway or some sort of public transportation every day. But these days, because of these reports of bed bugs, I'm afraid to sit down just in case, you know, it's on one of the seats or something. So there is that fear there. The expression that we'll look at, the first one, is bedbug proliferation.
Yeah, a proliferation could be a large amount of something, or it could be something that is growing in number. So in this particular case, we're talking about probably both, a lot of bed bugs being discovered, as well as a growing number of them. So it's becoming a problem.
proliferation이라는 단어는요, 급증이나 확산을 말하고 있습니다. bedbug, 빈대, proliferation, 확산이 되겠죠. And a densely populated area?
Densely populated area, when you're talking about something that's dense, typically it's hard, right? Something that's soft is not dense. But in the same way, if there are a lot of people that are grouped in one area together, then that's a densely populated area. Whereas if you're in like the countryside and more farmland and you have maybe like a few hundred meters or maybe even a kilometer between houses, then it's not very densely populated. But if you have a bunch of tall apartment buildings together, then that's a more densely populated area.
네, 무언가가 빽빽하게 모여있는, 밀집된 것을 dense하다라고 얘기를 할 수 있는데요. densely poplated는 인구가 많이 모여있는 이라는 뜻으로 서울시를 여기서는 이렇게 표현을 하고 있습니다. And I don't know why, but when I was younger, I remember kids used to say, someone's dense, meaning someone's stupid or, you know, not very smart. I don't know why, but they used to say that.
I think it would go back to being something soft is not dense, where something hard would be. So we would say, let's say like a rock is dense. So if you're saying you got rocks in your head,
I see, that's why.
then you're a little bit dense. You got rocks in your head. You're dumb.
Yeah, it's just a colloquial way
Yeah.
of using the word. Okay, well, let me read the first headline one more time. The Seoul Metropolitan Government has allocated 500 million won to curb a bedbug proliferation problem across the densely populated capital, following 17 reports related to the issue.